I often get these messages, okay, how to travel to Europe, how to get a visiting visa. Listen, guys, there are so many guys who have been, I don't know, who have lost so much money trying to bring their loved ones to Europe. Okay, when I say Europe, I mean Schengen, okay, including Germany. So I get these messages all the time on how you can bring your loved ones or your family members, even friends, to Europe, like to visit. If you want your loved one to visit you, and people pay huge sum of money to guys who wouldn't do anything. So I just want to let you know that today you can do all these things yourself. Just watch the video till the end, and you, after this video, you're gonna know how to bring your loved one to Europe. And even if you're not in Europe, and if you're planning to visit Europe, okay, this video is also for you. And if you don't understand what this channel is all about, listen, guys, this channel is all about migration, immigration, anywhere. We encourage people to move, travel around the world, okay. So if you can be able to travel around the world, we encourage you to travel around the world, okay. We live life just once, so it's okay to travel, it's okay to migrate. If you don't feel safe in anywhere you are, it's okay to move to another place where you want to move to. And again, after this video, you will be able to bring your mama, your papa, your brother to Europe. If you can invite them, if you're capable of inviting people, you can invite them. I will just let you to know the steps which you can, the steps to follow to know how you can bring your family ones to Europe, okay, to the Schengen zone. Also, for those who are also not in Europe, how you can learn to come to Europe by visiting visa, using visiting visa. The steps to go through to the embassy, what the embassy needs from you, because so many people have been rejected from the embassy because of these problems, and they do not understand they do not really understand the process. So I just want to let you know the process and follow this process. If you do this process and you don't get the visa, please come back to my channel and write me, and I will give you another. So if only if you don't have any other problem, come back and comment on this channel, or if you have already done this, come back and comment on this. First of all, these are the documents you have to prepare before you go to the embassy. Here how it works, okay. If your family member is abroad, or your friend or someone, and is inviting you from your own part, from the country where you are, let's say in Africa, Asia, or anywhere, a country that needs visa to enter the Schengen zone, here are the documents you have to prepare. But hey guys, before that, okay, we noticed that many of you are watching the videos, but you are not subscribing. You are even commenting, but you're not subscribing. So you see, it's very important, and it's very important for us when you subscribe, okay, and put on your notification bell on, so that each time we post a video, YouTube gonna notify you. So please try to subscribe, because this really helps us to do more videos. We travel all along to do these videos. We provide money for this video, so all you can do after watching this video is to subscribe, because these videos are here, are hard to come by. These are videos, these are real life. These are not just things people go and read along from Google. These are real life. Everything we tell you on this channel is real life, okay, real life story. These are things that are happening, occurring here. Because some things, sometimes you might read things and these things are not real. Don't read things on in books and you think that if you come to Schengen, those things really work like that. No, you have to experience real life. So what we are explaining to you and telling you, all these things, we travel, we go to places, we show you these things, okay, we show you real life, real experience, real life experience, so that you can believe, you can see what's happening for real. However, so please try to subscribe. If you watch this video and you are up to this level, try as much as possible to subscribe to our channel. It really helps us. Thank you very much. So let's go back to why we are here, okay. Here are the documents you're gonna need for your Schengen visa. First, you need an application form. You must fill out your application form with all the required data. Sometimes this application form, you can get them from the internet. You just download it from the internet. Second, you need your original passport. You must provide your original passport and a copy of your original passport. Then you also need identity photograph. Means that your photo, following the Schengen visa guideline, your photo must have been taken within 6 months. However, you must also submit 2 of these photo identity photographs. You must submit 2, but sometimes it might change depending on the country which you are. Some countries might want you to some countries might submit maybe 3 or 4 photographs, but it ranges between 2 to 4 photographs, identity photograph. So be rest assured that you have this photograph. Then you also need a civil status certificate. This certificate might be birth certificate, marriage certificate, family certificate, even death certificate if applicable. Then you also must need proof of accommodation. A proof of accommodation, that's where you're gonna stay. It might be Airbnb, it might be hotel reservation, it might be in your friend's place, your mom's place, your family member's place. So you must need the proof of a proof of accommodation. That's the address of where you're gonna stay. You also need a round trip flight itinerary. That's you need to buy a ticket to go, and you also need to buy the return ticket. So you have to have the both tickets. You must make sure that the return ticket must be there as well before you do any application for a Schengen visa. And you also must have health insurance. In our previous video we talked about this health insurance. Whenever you want to travel, in depending on which country you want to travel, you must have your health insurance. So you can't travel without health insurance. It's a like health coverage. So like, where can you get this health coverage? Even the flight company you buy your flight from, the company you buy, you if you don't know where you can have your health coverage or health insurance, just ask the company where you buy your flight that you are going to this country and you need a health coverage, you need an insurance. So they're going to link you up. Sometimes some companies even have health insurance, or you can check online. You see many health insurance that are also covering this health coverage all the time, so you can always check. But I think it's very easy. It's easier to get. That one is easier to get. Also, please, you must also provide your receipt of your visa fee application. This receipt, if you do not provide it, your visa will not be processed. Sometimes people will go to the embassy, they don't provide these things. Or you don't, if you miss any one of these things that I'm telling you, your visa will not be processed. So you must make sure that you have all this. The proof of paid visa fee must also be included. It's very important, because if not, they're not going to process your visa. Then they're also gonna need your coverage letter. That's the cover letter. Okay, this cover letter, it's the reason. It's a letter which you're gonna tell them the reason why you're going to the Schengen area, why you are going to Europe, maybe it's Germany or Spain or France, anywhere. You have to have the reason. You write a coverage letter of why you are going. Maybe you're going for, maybe for a meeting, maybe you're going for a seminar, maybe you're going to visit your family member, your kid, your son, or a brother or sister, anywhere. But you must have this coverage letter. Your cover letter is very, very important, and it should be very direct, short, and not so much, no, not so much. Make it short, and every word should just be direct. Your cover letter is very important for them, so that they can know the reason why you are going, when you're going to come back. You have to state there when you're going, why you're going, and when you're going to return back. Even though they will see it on your return ticket, but you are stating there, for this reason you are going there, for this reason you're coming back. So please don't forget that one. Make sure, if you don't have any experience of writing a cover letter, try to check online, or you come back to my video and maybe go to my Instagram and ask. I can give you a sample of a cover letter. So it's very simple. Do not pay money anymore. Then they're also gonna need maybe a copy of your previous Schengen visa. That's if only you have traveled to Schengen. If you have never traveled to Schengen area, then no problem. But if you have already traveled to a Schengen zone, they're also gonna need the proof, the previous visa which you have traveled before. If you've had a Schengen visa before, you must show them this Schengen visa before they issue you the new visa. You must make sure that you show them. Then the next will be birth certificate and proof of parental consent. That's if you're a minor. So if you're watching this video and you're a minor, you're also gonna need this birth certificate and parental consent, proof of parental consent, which means that your parents are, especially if you're a minor and you are traveling alone, they're gonna need, you have to include the photo, your birth certificate and parental consent, because they have to sign and give their consent, so that the embassy know that you are the one you are traveling alone. It's very important. If you don't have, if you are minor and you don't give parental consent, I believe you already know that you cannot travel to the Schengen zone. There's this very important one which I'm gonna tell you. And guys, before I say this one, if you are still here, you're watching this video and you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. These things cost us a lot. These are really life experience, which I'm telling you. Sometimes you don't find these videos anywhere. Only here in African Boys Travel Blogger where you find this kind of videos. So thank you very much. Do yourself and ourselves good to subscribe. So this one is very important. Now let's come back. We have proof of financial means. Guys, without proof of financial means, trust me, your visa is will not even be processed. So with this proof of financial means, you must submit your financial statement. That's a bank statement within 3 to 6 months of your transactions. So they're gonna see from your statement your transactions, all you've been doing, and the account balance or proof of regular income. So even after you submit them, okay, your bank transaction within 3 to 6 months of your transactions, proof of financial income, your proof of financial income, they will still gonna ask you. These are also vital documents which you also have to submit to them. That's if you're employed, an employment contract and certificate of annual leave from the employer. That's you give them your employment you submit your employment contract. If you are employed in a company, then you have to give them, go to your boss, tell them to give you the employment contract. You already have your employment contract. Now you have to give them your employment, submit your employment contract and certificate of annual leave, which you have to get from your boss. Then if you're self-employed, let's say you have your own business, you must submit your business license, if applicable, business bank statement. That one is very, they give a lot of people who are self-employed, who are business self-employed or freelancer, they give them, especially when you submit your business license and business bank statement. That one is very important. They look at that one and know that if you go, then you will return. Then if you're a student, okay, and you are going for visit, well, just a visit which is not going to school, normal visit, you have to give them certificate of registration at the university or school or the college. That's a certificate of registration which you have to get from the university. Your student ID card, copy of registration certificate from the faculty, signed and stamped by the university, and grade transcript. That's God. That's you are giving them your grade transcript which have been signed by the university. You must issue them this. Without this, they're not going to give you any visa. Then evidence of financial stability. If you're a student, from your parents, of your parents, that's evidence of financial stability of your parents. Proof of employment contract or proof of enough financial resource within the stay. That's during the time you're going to stay there, you have to prove that your finance is going to take you up to 3 months or 6 months during the time you're going to stay there. Then if you are retired, you need your bank statement showing the pension received for the last 6 months. After that, you also need some things like supporting document. These supporting documents are very vital. It comes from the other partner, the other person who is inviting you, the person who have issued, who has given you, sent you the invitation. Okay, so this supporting document is what they're gonna compare. Look at the person's situation or the person's status, then they look at yours, and before they give you a visa, they make that decision to give you a Schengen visa. Sometimes it's very easy. I know a lot of people who come to Europe and go back normal because they are business owners. Some are freelancers, especially business owners and freelancers. They sometimes it's difficult for students as a visitor. Give student visiting visa is difficult. They find it sometimes difficult because they believe that those students are not going to come back. Some employees, they find it difficult if they don't earn good money. But business owners and freelancers, if you have a business, they usually give them. So for supporting document, they're gonna ask for invitation letter. Okay, so you're gonna submit also the invitation letter from the other party who is inviting you. Some embassies around the world, depending on where you are, depending on your country, will also ask you to submit a guarantee form. Okay, this guarantee form will be from your host partner. That's the person who is going to host you when you arrive to Europe. This person they will send this guarantee form to the person. The person will sign the guarantee form, send it to you, and you will send it to the embassy. So you are the one who is going to give the embassy, because these are supporting documents on your side. You're going to give the embassy this document, supporting document, which are we have the invitation letter, the guarantee form. That guarantee form is very important. They want that person, your host partner, to issue a guarantee that you will not, when you come to Europe, you're not gonna run. So if you run, maybe so I don't know, but sometimes it might charge. But I will tell you, just come to my when you come to my Instagram and you ask me question. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. Then you can, if you have any question, then but please comment in the comment section so that if you have any question or if you have experienced anything, if your own came out well or how, just comment on the section and tell us how your own came out. Or if you have any question, no, just do whatever you can do, but comment on this, give us some comments on the comment section. So after the guarantee form which the embassy is going to give to your host partner to sign that you're going to return back, we also have a copy of your host passport which you're going to send to the embassy. So the embassy is going to ask you to submit the copy of your host passport. That's the person who is going to receive you his passport and his passport number. You're going to give it as a supporting document. Then, not forgetting your host residence in Europe. So they're going to ask you to issue your host partner or your host person residence where he lives in Germany or in France or anywhere. So he has to give you his address, not verbal, okay? A document that shows his address, any document that shows his address and has been signed, maybe a resident permit or something, any document that has been signed that shows his address, okay? Then secondly, if your host doesn't have a European passport, have just a resident permit, they will need the resident permit, a copy of the resident permit of the host. This his resident permit, they will need his resident permit. They will need you to issue or submit his resident permit that has been issued from the country where he lives. Okay, so if he doesn't own a European passport, he will need to give you his resident, a copy of his resident permit, and the number is there. And secondly, I also forgot to tell you the for the accommodation, okay, the host residence, they will also ask for rental agreement. That rental agreement is what you have to issue to the embassy. You have to submit to the embassy. So your host rental agreement is what you have to submit to the embassy. If you do all this, they will issue you the visa. You no need, especially on that financial means. If you have any financial means that can support you, they will not, and including your cover letter and supporting document which I just mentioned, all these documents, if you produce them, there's no way they will not give you the visa. Okay, they have a code they are working on. Okay, they don't just refuse visa like that. They have a code. Like I told you, students for visiting visa are hard to be given because they believe that when you're young, you only come here and stay. No matter, don't mind, they also need workers. These people, they need workers, they need young people, but they have to do it in a political way. They just cannot accept you to come to Europe as yeah, but they need you. They need workers. They need a lot of people in Europe, but they cannot tell you. So they have to do it in a political way. So you have to come. For students, they believe that okay, you're a student. Why not come to the school? Why not just apply to any university and come? Why come as a visitor? Even though some students come, but these ones are, you know how it is. They have real parents who are here. They have families that are here. That family, they know that their families are here. So some students will come, of course, when they have blood families that are here. So that's how it works. If you want to have a Schengen visa, please follow this video and do all what I've just told you. And if you do not have a Schengen visa, come back to my video and comment. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. And please comment, subscribe to this channel. Okay, subscribe. It helps us a lot and it helps us to do you more video, informative video, traveling videos, so you can watch. As you enjoy the video, please subscribe. Thank you very much.